Hello everyone, welcome to MES e-learning platform. Today we are going to discuss about buyback of shares and debentures. This particular topic is in semester 5, both of third year BCom and BCom Accounting and Finance course. So in buyback of shares, basically we are going to see what is the meaning of buyback, what happens in buyback, and the most difficult part which the students find is the journal entries. So we are going to discuss about the journal entries in this particular session. Now first of all, what is buyback? So in buyback, basically the shareholders ask the company to pay back their money so that they can return their capital. Okay, so here shareholders ask for shares, okay, and company pays back their money. Okay, so basically company is buybacking or purchasing back the capital which they had given their shares to the shareholders. Okay, and in issue it is reverse. In issue, what is happening? The company gives the shares to shareholders and shareholders give the money to company. In buyback, it is reverse. Company gives the money to the shareholder and shareholders give back their capital to the company. Okay, so this is basically what is happening in buyback. Now let us see how it changes the balance sheet. So when it is issue, okay, in issuing of shares, what is happening? The share capital is increasing, the bank balance is increasing, and even the reserves are increasing if the issue is at premium. In buyback, it is reverse. The share capital is reducing because we are giving back the money, our bank balance is reducing, and if we don't have enough bank balance, we are giving back the money through reserve. So even our reserve is getting reduced. So now we have seen what happens when buyback is happening in a company. Now let us go to the journal entries which are very important in this particular chapter. So the journal entries which I am going to tell you, if you will focus on these journal entries, it will cover the whole chapter. All these journal entries will be there in some question or the other. Now first thing, whenever a company is going to buy back the shares, first they have to check whether those shares are fully paid up or not. So the first journal entry will be always fully paid up. Okay. Then second, if they feel that they don't have enough bank balance, then what they will do? They will do fresh issue of shares. Okay. It has to be equity share capital or preference share capital. Third, they will sell the asset so that their profit or profit and loss account can get affected. Fourth, they can issue debentures. Then fifth will be my buyback entry, that is my amount payable, where the company will check how much amount they have to pay to the shareholder. Sixth is CRR, which is capital redemption reserve. Okay. Seventh is premium on buyback, where we will write off the premium on buyback. Eighth is payment, where we will do the actual payment to the shareholder. Ninth is bonus, if there is any bonus issue of equity shares. And last is when we will check that if there is any bank OD or bank loan to be created or not. So these are the 10 journal entries which covers the whole chapter. Now what is the logic behind it? You don't have to learn the sequence, but if through this logic you will learn the sequence or you will understand the logic behind it, you will not forget any of the step and you will cover the whole sum. Okay, so first step, as I have said, we have to always check before the buyback whether the shares are fully paid up or not. If the shares are fully paid up, we will not pass this entry, but if it is partly paid up, we will pass the entry. Then second step, it is a better idea कि मैं किसी से loan लूँ to pay back the shareholder. It is a better idea that I issue more shares so that I can get the money. So second is fresh issue of shares and debentures. Now, fresh issue of only shares. Next is assets sold. Now company, if they do debenture issue first, okay, then they have to pay the interest. एक और लाइबिलिटी बढ़ जाएगी कि डिबेंचर भी क्रिएट होगा एंड ऊपर से उसको कंपलसरी एवरी ईयर आई हैव टू पे द इंटरेस्ट इवन दो I am making any profit or not. So better option they feel is that they will sell the asset, and if they earn profit, that will increase their reserve. Then fourth, after asset sold also, if they feel that they want more money, they will issue debentures so that they receive money. Then next, yes, from all these sources I will get the money. From fully paid up, my cash will increase. From fresh issue, my cash will increase. Even my premium will get increased. Asset sold se my profit will get increased. Debenture issue se my bank account will get increased. Now in amount payable, I will check how much money I have to pay to the shareholder. Okay, then I will see that from in my buyback how much money I am going to pay of my face value out of reserve. And then next I will write off my premium, then I will make the final payment, then at the end I will see if there is any bonus issue or not, and at the end I will check if my bank balance is negative. If my bank balance is negative, I will ask for bank loan or bank overdraft facility. So this we have seen the number of journal entries which we have to see. So before I explain each and every journal entry, let us see the new golden rule which will be helpful for us to pass all these journal entries. So as per new golden rule, it is very simple. Assets have debit balance, we all know, and liabilities have credit balance, that also we know. If our assets are increasing, we will have the same sign, we will debit that thing. And if our assets are decreasing, we will have the opposite sign, that is credit. Similarly for liabilities, if it is increasing, we will have the same sign. If it is decreasing, we will have the opposite sign, that is debit. Now how this logic? I will just give a justification how this logic is there. Suppose you have a bank balance of plus 500, okay. If you deposit money, that means your bank balance is increasing. You will, suppose you are depositing 100 rupees. So you will add 100. If you are withdrawing that money, okay, you are withdrawing rupees 200. That means your bank balance is decreasing. You are subtracting 200. So you can see their bank balance was plus. When it was increasing, it is same sign. When it is decreasing, it is opposite sign. With the same logic is our new golden rule. Asset having debit balance, if it increases, debit; if it decreases, credit. Liability having credit balance, if it increases, credit; if it decreases, debit. Okay. Now we will look into the journal entries one by one with all the situation, how to pass on, and that will make your calculation very easy. Okay. So let us see the first journal entry, which is fully paid up. Now each journal entry I will explain you with an example how it will come in the question. Okay. So let us take the situation where in the balance sheet we have 5,000 equity share capital of rupees 10 each, that is my amount will be 5,000 into 10, that is 50,000. Okay. Now this is fully paid up, and suppose if this was of rupees 100 each, paid up value rupees, let us say 8. So this will not be 50,000, it will be 5,000 into 40, 5,000 into 8, 40,000. Or else it can be written directly that 5,000 equity share capital of rupees 10 each, directly they will write rupees 40,000. Okay. Either they will give paid up value 8 or directly they will write the amount 40,000. So first working note for this you have to make that share capital that is number into face value. That should be here be 5,000 into 10 in both the situation, which will be 50,000. Okay. Then as per balance sheet share capital value, which is here is 40,000. So balance of 10,000 is coming, that is your final call to make it fully paid up. This will be your final call. Or else directly, if you have the paid up value and face value both, directly you can do is number into face value minus paid up value, which is 5,000 into 10 minus 8, which is 5,000 into 2, which is again 10,000. So this is the amount I am getting here. Now let us come to the journal entry. When final call is there, we have to pass 2 journal entries each and every time. Okay, we have got the money here. Now we will see 2 accounts are getting affected. First, we are receiving the money, that is the bank account. Second is the final call which we are receiving. Okay, bank account is an asset having debit balance. Final call is like a liability having a credit balance. So bank account, we are receiving the money, it is increasing. Final call is getting created, it is also increasing. So debit increase is debit, credit increase is credit. So my first journal entry will be what? Bank account debit to final call. Amount will be 10,000 each, final call amount. Now second entry is what? Final call gets transferred to share capital. Again it is decreasing because it is getting removed, okay, and it is getting transferred to share capital. Both are liabilities, so decrease means debit, increase means credit. So my entry will be final call account debit to share capital. Amount will be same, 10,000 and 10,000. So this is our first entry of fully paid up. This is the calculation how we will get the final call amount, and these are the 2 entries how we will pass the final call entry. Okay. Now to the second one. As per our sequence, the second journal entry is of fresh issue. Okay. It can be your preference share capital or your equity share capital. Okay. Now let us see how we will do it. There will be 3 types. Okay. So I am just dividing this here. The 3 situations can be at par, at premium and at discount. Let us see the example. Let us say example that in the balance sheet or in the adjustment, let us say it is given that 2,000 equity share capital of rupees 10 each issue. Okay. Second example here will be 2,000 equity share capital of rupees 10 each issued at 10% premium, or it can be written, this statement can be written as issued at ₹1 premium. Third example for this will be 2,000 equity share capital of rupees 10 each issued at 20% discount, or they can write at rupees 2 discount. Okay. For this there is a working note which I prefer, that is face value plus premium minus discount is equal to issue price, and here I write the number. So first step, how many shares are getting issued? 2,000. What is the face value per share? 10. It is at par, so no premium, no discount, this is 10. Multiply with number of shares, so my value will be 20,000, 0 and 20,000. Okay, so this is the working note. Now its journal entry will be what? What are the 2 accounts involved? Bank account, okay, which has assets, which is asset having debit balance, and share capital, which is a liability. I am receiving the money, it is increasing my share capital, it is increasing. So asset having debit balance increase will have the same sign, share capital liability increasing will have credit balance. So this will be bank account debit to share capital. Now always remember, for your bank account, shareholder account, it will always be the total value of the working note, that is your issue price. And for your share capital, debentures, asset, it will always be your face value. Okay. So bank account, issue price, total amount 20,000. Share capital, face value 20,000. It is getting tallied because there is no premium or discount. Now let us come to the second example. Again it is number is 2000. Same working note I will make. Okay, face value, premium and discount 10. Now here if it is percentage, multiply the percentage with the face value. But if it is in rupees, directly write the amount as it is. So agar rupees hota to 1 rupees I would have written. Now it is 10%. So 10% of 10 is again 1. So my issue price is 11. Multiply the values with number of shares. So 20,000, 2000 into 10, 2000, and this is 22,000. Now what is my entry here? Same basic entry, we will keep it as it is. This I am not repeating again. Basic entry we are going to keep same for all the three situations. What is the basic entry? Bank account debit to share capital. Now for bank, just I told it should be total value, which is 22,000. For share capital it should be face value, so 20,000. Now difference is coming, 2,000 difference. So check, it is issue, it is premium. So issue ka premium always comes to securities premium. Is that clear? Now next is discount. In discount, same thing we will do. Number is 2000, face value, premium minus discount, total will be issue price 10 rupees. Now discount is 20%, whether it is discount or premium, it will always be calculated on face value. So 20% of 10 is 2, or if it is given directly rupees 2, you have to write directly 2. So 12, 2000 into 10, 20,000, 2000 into 2, 4,000, total is 24,000. Now, one mistake we have done, it is discount. So, we will subtract it. Okay, we will subtract it. So, this will be 16,000. Always remember, premium hai to add karna hai, discount hai to minus karna hai. Now, again, my basic entry will remain same. Bank account debit to share capital. For bank, total, which is 16,000. For share capital, it is face value 20,000. Now, on the debit side, there is a amount difference of 4,000. Reason is discount. It is issue. So, we will write discount on issue of shares. So, these are the three situations. The basic entry we always have to remember. Bank account is increasing, having it is an asset having debit balance, it will be debited, and share capital is also increasing, it is a liability having credit balance, it will be credited. Now, let us come to the third journal entry, which is assets sold. Again, in assets sold, there will be three situations. We will see. One is at profit, second is at loss, and third, no profit and no loss. Now, let us take the example. First of all, before we start, always remember one thing, that we need cost price and selling price. Cost price is always there in the balance sheet, or in adjustment there will be the word as worth rupees, and selling price is always in adjustment, which will be given as sold for, and no information given of selling price, then selling price is equal to cost price. Okay, always remember this. Now, let us say that in balance sheet there is a car of rupees 30,000. In the adjustment, they are saying car sold for rupees 35,000. So now in this working note, simple, what we have done in our school and college, same thing we will do, that is cost price plus profit minus loss is equal to selling price. So now in this question, what is the cost price? In adjustment there is no word as worth rupees, so go to the balance sheet. Cost price is 30,000. What is the selling price? 35,000. I will write here 35,000. 5,000 is getting added, so it will be your profit. Okay. Now in this particular question, two things are involved. One is bank and second is car. Both are asset. Both are asset. Now as we are selling the car, we will receive the money, so bank will get increase, and we are selling the car will be reduced. So asset increase debit, asset decrease credit. So my entry will be what? Bank account debit to car. Now in the previous journal entry I have told you, for bank always total, so this is 35,000, and for any asset it is always cost price. So this is 30,000. Now difference is coming. In asset sold, wherever the difference is coming, it will always be profit and loss. Okay. Second logic, it is profit will be credited. So it is getting credited by P&L account. Now let us come to the second example. Let us say that in second example we have a car of rupees 25,000. In the adjustment they have written car worth 10,000 was sold for rupees 8,000. Okay. Again same same working note we will make. Cost price plus profit minus loss is selling price. Now first check in the adjustment always. Always check in the adjustment what is given. Okay. If in the adjustment worth wala word there, that means part of the asset is selling, so we will take this as the cost price. So this is 10,000, 8,000 sold for 8,000, this is my selling price, so minus 2,000, that means there is a loss. Again basic entry we know now, it is bank account debit to car. For bank total will come which is 8,000, and for car cost price will come which is 10,000. Debit side difference of 2,000 is coming, so this will be profit and loss. Whether the difference is coming on the credit or the debit, it is always profit and loss. Now third situation, suppose in the balance sheet there is a car worth rupees 40,000, and in adjustment they are saying that car is sold. Okay, only this much information is there. So let us see what we have here now. So car worth rupees nothing is given, so we will take the balance sheet value which is 40,000. Now car is sold. I have told you no information of selling price. Selling price is equal to cost price, so I will take 40,000. So here no profit, no loss. My basic entry, bank account debit to car, bank mein total will come, and for car cost price will come. So no difference, this is my no profit or loss journal entry. So this is the third journal entry of assets sold, where the basic entry is because we are selling the asset, bank account will be increased, and we are selling the car is going out of the company, it will be decreasing, so it will be credited. So bank account debit to car is the basic entry, and wherever the difference is there, it will be profit and loss account. Now let us go to the next journal entry. Now fourth is debenture issue. This I am not going to tell in detail because it is same as your fresh issue. Only difference what are there I am going to tell you. Instead of share capital we will be writing debentures. Okay. Instead of securities premium we will be writing capital reserve. And instead of discount on issue of share we will write discount on issue of debentures. Okay, only this difference is there. Rest all the calculation, everything is going to be same as fresh issue of shares. So I am not going to repeat each and everything. Again, in debenture issue there are going to be three situations: at par, at discount, at premium. So it will be, the basic entry will be what? Bank account debit to debenture. Then if it is at premium, bank account debit to debenture to capital reserve instead of securities premium. And if it is at discount, it will be bank account debit, discount on issue of debentures to debenture account. So this is your debenture issue. Now let us go to the next entry. The fifth one is my buyback entry, or we say as amount payable entry. In buyback or amount payable, what is actually happening is that company is checking how much shares they are going to buy back at premium or at par, and the whole amount they will reduce their share capital and transfer that money in the name of the shareholder. So, suppose if I have taken a loan, bank will remove my loan, and instead of loan, till the time I pay the loan, it will be transferred in my name. So जब तक कंपनी पे नहीं कर देती है बायबैक का अमाउंट, तो शेयर कैपिटल से दे हैव ऑलरेडी reduced it, but they will write the name of shareholder in the liability side till the time they pay. Now in buyback also there are two situations as per your syllabus. One is at par, second is at premium. Now let us take the example. Suppose in the balance sheet, okay, we have, or in the adjustment we have, suppose let us say 5,000 equity share capital of rupees 10 each, buyback to be buyback. It is written in the adjustment. Okay, here it will be written as 5,000 equity share capital of rupees 10 each to be buyback at rupees 2 or at rupees 2 premium, or they can write at 20% premium. Now for this buyback also we have a working note which is face value plus premium minus discount, but not issue price, it will be my buyback price. So first step, number 5,000 per share, 10 rupees face value, it is at par 0, 10. Multiply with 5,000, this will be 50,000, 0 and 50,000. Now basic entry we will see. What are the two accounts involved? Just now I have told you that in amount payable we see that what is the share capital that we have to buy back and how much we have to pay to the shareholder. So share capital से पैसा निकल के shareholder के नाम पे transfer होता है. So share capital is also liability, shareholder is also a liability because we have to pay them in future. So share capital reduce हो रहा है, shareholder increase हो रहा है, liability decrease debit, liability increase credit. So my basic entry will be share capital account debit to shareholder. Okay, now share capital I have told you it will always be the face value, so 50,000, and shareholder always total, that is 50,000. Okay, this is at par. At premium same thing we will do. Number is 50,000, face value is 10 plus premium minus discount buyback. So premium can be rupees 2, write 2 directly. If it is percentage, again same as issue, 20% of 10 is 2. So this will be 12. Multiply it with, this is not 50, this is 5,000. So 5,000 into 10, 50,000, 5,000 into 2, 10,000, and this will be 60,000. Again basic entry just now we have seen, it is share capital account debit to shareholder. Okay, now share capital we will write face value which is 50,000, shareholder will write the total which is 60,000. So 10,000 difference is coming, it is because of premium but it is buyback. So we will not write securities premium, it will be premium on buyback. Premium on buyback amount is 10,000. So basic entry we have seen here. What we are doing, transferring the money from share capital to shareholder. Share capital will be debited, shareholder will be credited. If it is a premium, it will be debited on the debit side. Now the sixth one is CRR. Before we start, we should know the formula of CRR. CRR is face value of buyback, which was the previous entry, minus face value of fresh issue. Okay, so basically what is CRR? When the amount which we are paying of face value of buyback out of reserve, only the face value of buyback which we pay out of reserve, that is when we create CRR. So basically buyback के amount में से there are two things, face value and premium. अगर face value after subtracting the face value of fresh issue, okay, उसमें से बचा हुआ पैसा जो मैं reserve से pay करूँगी, that amount is my CRR. Okay, so face value of buyback minus face value of fresh issue. If we will see the previous entries, our face value, okay, was 50,000, not the total amount, only the face value, and in the previous entry only our face value of fresh issue was 20,000. So 30,000 is coming, so 30,000 of CRR I have to create. Now which reserves we can use to create CRR? So there has to be free reserves plus securities premium. The most common one are general reserve and profit and loss. Okay, other than this we have dividend equalization reserve, we have worksman fund, okay, and investment fluctuation reserve. But the most common are these two, and again we can use securities premium in buyback. Okay, in redemption we cannot use, but in buyback we can use securities premium. So whichever reserve you are using, so here we can use the free reserves, one account will be there, and second is the CRR. Both are reserves, both are liabilities. We are using this, so it is getting reduced. We are creating this, it is getting increased. So this will be debited and this will be credited. So whichever reserve you are using, let us say general reserve or profit and loss to CRR. Let us say we took 30,000 from general reserve and we took suppose 15,000 from general reserve and 15,000 from P&L. So total is 30,000. Okay, so here CRR is very simple. You have to use this formula, face value of buyback minus face value of fresh issue. Get the amount, check the reserve you have in the question, whichever has the ample amount, use that reserve will be debited and CRR will be credited. Next is our premium on buyback. This entry will only come if in entry number 5, okay, in entry number 5, that is buyback, is at premium. If it is at premium, it will be created and then only this entry will come, otherwise it will not come. So here also what we are doing, we will be using reserve, okay, and what we are writing off, we are writing off the premium. Now this is liability, this is getting reduced, so this will be what? Debited. Premium on this is like our asset. This is writing off, it will be credited. Okay, so my entry will be what? Same free reserve as CRR, what we can use, that will be debited to premium. Okay, so whatever is the premium amount, that amount, like in the previous question, it was 10,000, like in the buyback entry it was 10,000, so 10,000 will be created. Okay, so at the end what we can conclude that for face value, okay, when we are talking about buyback, we have to pay the face value and we have to pay the premium. For face value we have two sources. First is fresh issue face value and then CRR, that is my free reserves. And for premium I have only one source to write it off, that is my free reserve. Okay, always remember face value has two sources. One is fresh issue face value and free reserve, but premium will always have only one resource, that is free reserve. Now let us go to the next, that is the payment. The next entry is payment. Okay, here we are going to actually pay the buyback amount to the shareholder. Okay, so here what we have to focus on the buyback value of entry number 5, which was here at par. It was in the previous entries, it was 50,000, and at premium it was 60,000. Okay, now what are the two accounts involved? One is the bank account and second is the shareholder account. Second is the shareholder account. Okay, now in bank account we are paying, so it is getting reduced, it is an asset. Shareholder is in liability and we are going to pay, he is going to go out of the company, so even this is decreasing. Asset decrease is credited, liability decreases debited. So my entry will be what? Shareholder account debit to bank. What amount will come? If it was at par, it would be 50,000, and if it was at premium buyback, it would have been 60,000. So this is very simple payment. It is shareholder account debit to bank. Shareholder is going out of the company, so liability decrease debit. Bank account we are paying, again it is decreasing, asset decrease credit. So the ninth one is bonus. This will not come compulsory in every question, but it can come as an adjustment. Okay, for bonus issue always remember we can use any reserve. Now what is bonus issue? Bonus issue is basically a gift given by the company to the existing equity shareholder. Only equity shareholder gets the amount, not the preference shareholder. So it is a gift which is given by the company to the existing shareholder. They are not going to get any money out of it. Second thing, when we gift something, we have to bear the expense. So company bears the expense through its reserve. Here in bonus you can use any reserve, whether CRR, capital reserve, general reserve, securities premium, any reserve you can pay. Okay, so step number 1 for bonus issue is the ratio. First step, you will write the ratio of held is to bonus. Let us say example, our ratio is 1:2. Step number 2. When you are gifting something, suppose I want to distribute chocolates in a class, I decided that each student I will give 2 chocolates, right, as a bonus. So first I have to check whether how many students are there in the class. Same way, I have to check what is the amount of equity share capital which I have with me. So for that, it is very easy. You will write equity share capital balance as per balance sheet. In the previous journal entries, wherever you have credited, you will add the equity share capital, and wherever the equity share capital was debited, you will subtract and you will get the final held amount. Okay, you will get the final held amount. See, it is the same logic, the new golden rule. Equity share capital is a liability. If it is increasing, it is credited. That is why we are adding it. If it is decreasing, it is debited, we are subtracting. So whatever amount you will get here, you will write below head. Suppose I got 20,000 here, and I will write X below bonus. So X is equal to 20,000 into 2 divided by 1. So my answer is 40,000. So rupees 40,000 is my bonus. Okay, then I will check if I have that much money in my reserve. If I have the money, then I will pass the next 2 entries. First entry is I will check the reserves. Okay, I will get the money from the reserve and I will create bonus shares. Okay, it is a liability and this is also a liability. It is not increasing, it is decreasing because I am using the money from here, and this is increasing. So this will be debited, this will be credited. So whatever reserve I am using will be debited to bonus shares. Amount will be 40,000 as per my calculation. Now, in the balance sheet, we have never seen the bonus issue written in the balance sheet. So, why? Because this bonus shares get transferred to equity shares. So, two accounts involved here is what? Bonus shares and equity share capital. Both are liability. This is decreasing क्योंकि पैसा इधर से निकल के इधर आ रहा है. So, it is increasing. So, this will be debited and this will be credited. Liability decrease debit, liability increase credit. So, my second entry will be what? Bonus shares account debit to equity share capital. Amount will be 40,000. So, this is my bonus share entry where we have to step number 1, write the ratio, calculate the bonus, then check the reserve. Okay, first entry will be reserve to bonus shares and second will be transfer of bonus shares to equity share capital. Now we will come to the final entry, that is the 10th entry. Last entry is bank OD or our bank loan. For this we have to first check the balance. Okay, as in the previous we checked the balance of equity share capital, same thing we have to check here. So my bank or cash balance as per balance sheet I will write. Okay, then this is an asset. So if the bank or cash is debited, I will add. If it is reduced, it will be credited, I will subtract it. Okay, by doing this, okay, from where I will get this debit and credit? From the previous journal entries which I have passed. तो जहाँ जहाँ कैश इन बैंक डेबिट हुआ है मैं ऐड करूंगी वो अमाउंट, जहाँ जहाँ कैश इन बैंक क्रेडिट हुआ है आई विल सब्ट्रैक्ट इट, देन आई विल गेट अ बैलेंस. ओके, इफ it is positive, that means I have lot of money left even after buybacking, so no entry will come. If it is 0, again that means exactly same amount I had, so I have used that, again no entry. I have paid it, don't need it. But if it is negative, okay, if it is negative, okay, then I have to pass the entry. Whatever is the negative amount, that entry I have to pass. Now, bank OD or bank loan, whatever you are creating, is one account involved and second is the bank or cash. It is a liability, it is an asset. I am asking to create a loan, I am asking for a loan, so it is increasing. When I ask for a loan, I receive the cash, so my bank account also increases. So this will be credited, this will be debited. So my entry will be what? Bank account debit to bank OD or loan. Amount will be this amount, whatever I will get. Okay, so through this formula I will check positive or 0, no entry, negative, I have to pass the entry. Bank account and bank account is bank OD and bank account is there, bank account will be debited, bank OD or loan will be credited. This entry they will not ask you to pass, but you have to check at the end of the sum if you have the balance sheet in the question. Check it, if it is negative then you have to pass. It is like a hidden adjustment that you have to check on your own. So with this I would like to conclude, these are the 10 steps. If you will practice these 10 steps or focus on these 10 steps, you can pass the entry easily. Okay, thank you so much.